Hello. Come on. Yes, yes. Comedian George Mason, everybody. Hello. I do love that beat. Come on. Uh, Working. Yes. Got a few things today I want to talk about. I want to rock with this beat for a little bit. I'm feeling good today. A lot of stuff to talk about on the table, on the plate, if you will. Come on. Give that beat up, bro. Big that beat up. Leah. Yes, indeed. As I said, I am comedian George Mason, out of New York City, and I just got a few things, man. Some information, if you will, some stuff that I'm excited about, and like I said, I'm like to stay on the upbeat, on the glass is half full side of things, positive, if you will, and yeah, because it's not enough positivity examples, if you will, out here on platforms, social media. It's just so much of the same stuff. A lot of it is negative. Yes, I said it. It is negative, and the same story is floating around. And some of it is interesting. There's no question about it. You know, the thing that's going on with Puffy and P Diddy, whatever his name is, it goes by, and but you know who I'm talking about. He's in the news, and it's unfortunate, you know, what's going through to him or whatever, because you know, listen, it's a young black entrepreneur, businessman, and he's being raked over the coals. Is it right or wrong? As they say, the jury's still out. Did he do what they said he did? Again, the jury's still out. Allegedly, he, you know, is doing this and he's doing that. We don't really know, but we seen what we saw. They raided his homes and took some paraphernalia tapes, if you will, and some other stuff. Arrested his, not arrested, but they put his sons and whoever was in those homes at the time in handcuffs. So you know, we're seeing it unfold in real time, and you know, he's been involved in a lot of things over the years. Allegedly, he did this. Allegedly, he did that. But again, we don't know 100%. Well, I'll put it like this: I don't know. You know, so I'm looking just as everybody is. But you know, I just wanted to make notes on that. You know, because there's so much of sensationalism, you know, in the news, and what did Trump say? Fake news, right? The Donald said fake, but you know, it's just and people gonna put their slant on it, whatever it is, you know, to get views and likes. And I understand how that game is played, and you can't blame it. You can't hate anybody hustles or whatever, but as long as they don't hurt anybody, at the end of the day, that's what I say. You know, and yeah, because you know we had back in the when Steve Harvey was there, DJ Envy was going through some stuff, and a lot of these cats, man. That you know, I'm just looking over my notes, and you know, some positive. They don't talk about Mike Epps. Mike Epps did some really positive, good stuff. He brought homes back in his whole hood where he's fixing them up and selling them, reselling them, or whatever. So that's a good thing on a positive note. I'd like to mention that. And today I'm gonna have show uh, this scientist, Black African American scientist, you know, during Black History Month, which was February, which was what 2 months ago. You know, it was every day people were just making a notice of the black. Why can't we acknowledge, you know, great uh, African Americans every day, or just great Americans every day on the positive side that's doing whatever that can contribute to society, and make it good. You know, clean it up, if you will. You know, because I see all this. You know, I have my Alexa here with me, my assistant, and she does. We do a lot of research together, and she's extremely helpful. It's no question about it. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
Right now, it's 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 41 degrees.
Alexa, is it raining outside now? Alexa, is it raining outside?
It's raining right now, with a break around 6:30 p.m.
Alexa, thank you.
Anytime. Literally. Hope you enjoyed your Wednesday.
Yes, I did. Thank you. And she's I consider her my assistant because she's on point. She's factual, and she gets it right. And it's a blessing. That's the AI. And it's have so many devices now in this society, technological wise. They have but they have AI that looks like humanoids, and Japan, all throughout the world. Some people use them as sex toys, and that's a little scary, But yeah, I didn't come on here to really talk about that, but yeah, it's frightening to some extent how they can use technology, for you know the negative side of things, the deviant side of things, if you will. So it's like that. But I wanted to talk about, as I said, with this African American scientist here, Charles Drew. Uh, I have, let's see, hey, Karen. I do, Karen, voting on the check in. What's up, Karen? Always a pleasure to see you, darling. God bless you. And thank you for tuning in as always. But yeah, this brother here, uh, Charles Drew. And, I do these things because, like I said, if I was in school and I knew some positive, some good cultural stuff about my history, Black American history, African history, it would have gave me a lot more self esteem, growing up. It would have. I know about the athletes and the entertainers, of course, but this brother here, Charles Drew, he was an African American surgeon who pioneered methods of storing blood plasma for transfusion and organized the first large scale blood bank in the United States. And September 3rd, 2020, Charles Drew, it was an update they just going from. But the brother was born in 1904 to 1950. I know he was killed in a car accident in 1950, which was sad. And he was such a young man and so brilliant. Who was Charles Drew? Charles Richard Drew was an African American physician who developed ways to process and store blood plasma uh, programs in the United States and Great Britain in World War II, but resigned after ruling that the blood of African Americans would be segregated. Isn't that a bitch? They said that blood would be segregated, so he got out of it. He says, "Yo, I'm not in it for that." He's trying to save lives and trying to help people and uplift people, and this is, the path that they went. Drew received a Rockefeller scholarship to study at Columbia University and trained at Presbyterian Hospital in New York City. There, he continued his exploration of blood-related matters with John Schuler. Drew developed a method for processing and preserving blood plasma cells. Plasma lasts longer than blood. So this is Charles Drew. Let's big this great African American physician surgeon up. Yes, Charles Drew. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. And yeah, so uh, I just wanted to, like I said, to acknowledge him, take a minute to acknowledge him, and to also talking about some other stuff that I have on the table and have on my plate. I'm excited about several things. I've been busy. You know, I've been busy. I've been doing my thing and trying to do it as best as I can. And I have an opportunity that was afforded me by my partner, Money Mom. The marvelous one from Money Marv Multimedia Network. He is offered me to do in 170 countries. Can you believe it? What? 170. You heard? It's the G Money Morning Show. We have this is just a little rough sketch. This fly here from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. It's gonna be a lot of work, but streaming 631 radio, uh, streaming live on RadioKing.com. That's one flyer there. I like that one. That's okay. Here's the next one. This is the Radio King, they call it. 631 Radio FM. It's the G Money Morning Show. I'm starting it off. And then we have DJ showing up on the jump off hour. And 170 countries. You see it for yourself there. Started May 24th, we're supposed to kick off to 2024. 8 p.m. we go live on 24/7. Commercial free nonstop music, and it's going to be interesting. And I'm preparing myself. I'm getting it's going to be hip hop, uh, R&B, and 170 countries are going to get my phone number. Of course, it's going to be requests, and I got some playlists, and going back to I want to do right. Listen, if we're going to 170 countries. I want to have the chance to play rock and roll as well. I'm an old school, old head. I go back to like Leonard Skinner, uh, Foreigner, Led Zeppelin, the Stones, Steely Nicks, Steely Dan, Ted Nugent, Boston, Pink Floyd, Eagles, uh, Queen, those type of groups, as far as classic roll. I want to do that and then do some country and even some classical works. Vladimir Horowitz, who's a classical pianist, and just others, man, Bach, Beethoven, that type of thing. Also, Art Tatum, as far as jazz, the Theodius Monk, Miles Davis, of course, Charlie Parker, Bird, huh? Yeah, come on. So that's where I want to go. I want to show off my musical talents, that kind of thing. For what I do know, as far as music, then also give, some new school artists, uh, Sedan, the God of Sound, uh, Almighty Force Brothers, the Clientele Brothers, cats like that, to showcase and give them a shot. 170 countries, man. We expose talent all around the world. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that. And like I said, I'm excited about that. I'm doing my homework on that, and I'm studying hard. So I haven't been on the air. I've been with my partner, Marv, Money Marv. We were on a Saturday uh, at 8 o'clock. We call it the Saturday Social. Let me see if this is the right file. Saturday Night Social, the Money Marv and G Money Show, huh? Saturday night at 8 p.m. I'm excited about that. We've been getting some good responses with that, some good feedback, and a lot of uh, dialogue, a lot of interaction as far as comments. We had one time we had almost 400-500 comments, something like that. Going back and forth, which was good. So it's like really like the title says itself, Saturday Night Social. Yes, and that's basically what it is. We stretch out, we get loose, we talk, we let the viewers and stuff in the room talk, and we share it, each week, and it's something that it's interesting because Marv, if you don't know anything about Money Marv, he's a very outspoken, very blunt individual, as I am myself. but I have my own style, in that. Yes, I am a comedian. So, there's a comedy slant to it to some extent. I will say some stories about what I've done in the past, my drug days, my former drug days. And it was wild. Some of the stuff might seem a little just out there. And you know what? It is, because when you're dealing with substances, some of the stuff that you do, that some you can't believe that you've done it, and that's why I'm also writing a memoirs, and I'm taping it, and that's coming along. It's called "The Ball Is Still on the 9 Yard Line." That title is catchy. It's interesting, but there's a lot to it, a lot of layers to that. So, but yeah, I don't want to even go into it now. I don't want to say this or that, because I want to wait for it to come out and promote it and do it the right way. So I have the memoirs, right? I have some notes here. I did Dr. Drew. I talked about Puffy, and the TD Jakes. Well, that was with the Puffy thing tied in, and a lot of scandal there. And we're waiting to see how that comes out, how it plays itself out. I talked about G Money in the morning, 170 countries. Yes, I did that. I had some stuff on the back of these sheets too. Curious to everything. Be curious. Oh yeah, with bartenders. Bartenders come to find out that these guys, or females, are culprits a lot of times of roofing drinks, putting the date rape drugs in the drinks. Now, I would have never expected that. That was like a shock to me. Come to find out, I forget where I heard it from or whatever, and I said, you know what, that kind of makes sense of how some of these girls, I think it might have been tied in with Puppy. They were saying the bartenders spiked their drinks, and that they alerted the guys that they did it, that they did the dirty deed. Now the guys will approach these girls, and I think just in regular clubs, some of these no good, low life bartenders and these cats that are just scheming, looking for these girls to pick up, opportunities, man, to do dirt like that. And the bartenders, you can't trust anybody. So I made a note. I said, yeah, be conscious and cautious of everything and everybody. And they used to always say back in the day, and even now, they probably don't, walk away from your drink. Even if you go in the bathroom, take your drink with you. You understand what I'm saying? Just yeah, don't leave a drink unattended. I know when I was in high school, I had I played football, and running back's probably the best running back I ever saw on that level. At that time, even though I did my thing, but Wayne, his name was Wayne Griffin, and he was incredible. And he went to a party. I never forget it. And then he came back that Monday, and he was never the same. And they didn't know what happened, if his drink was spiked or took some acid and didn't come back. I dropped acid once in high school as well, but I only took a quarter tab. And that acid is no joke. Talking about hallucinating, I took a quarter tab. First time I ever dropped it, ever took acid. I was smoking weed at that time, and drinking a lot and the whole thing. Weed was heavy with me, hashish and stuff. But yeah, a friend of he played ball too, and he convinced me to take a quarter tab. He introduced me to it. He said it was like weed. We were already fucked up on weed, so I said, "Shit, that's no biggie." It was like that. I dropped a quarter. He said, "Put it under your tongue, and just suck on it." And I did that. About half an hour, 45 minutes later, the whole thing just started. The acid started to kick in, take effect, and I'll never forget that trip. And it was a bad trip, wasn't a good one. And I just broke up with my girlfriend, my Puerto Rican girlfriend Joanne, and I went through it, man. I started, freaking out, and it was. I remember it like it was yesterday, and we were on an experiment, like a wasn't a class trip. It was an experiment. Like they selected some students from the school. I went to Bayside High School, big near Bayside. And Bayside, for you don't that know, it's in New York City, Queens, like the suburbs, nice section of Queens. It's real nice, upper middle class. Our mayor went there as well. New York City Mayor Eric Adams. He was a graduate of Bayside. He's a couple of years younger than I am, but yeah. So yeah, and we went to a class excursion with teachers to a cottage in New Jersey, and that's where I experienced that acid hash, and as I was already smoking hash and weed, but that acid man was a whole nother experience for me. And never did it again after that. And I had flashbacks for a while because I got so paranoid. I was freaking out. I literally almost was freaking out. I seen people coming, you think you see, you're hallucinating, you know. I wanted to jump out I heard the music was playing like Black Sabbath and Zeppelin and Stones, and I thought that shit that they were saying was talking to me. Fuck hearing it backwards and all this other stuff. Nah, you should say you could hear a song backwards and you hear some demonic, stuff. But nah, it was for it was just you're bugging. The paranoia when I was doing cocaine and crack and stuff. The paranoia was just so excessive. I'm already a nervous individual. I don't know why I did those drugs, especially cocaine and crack, and started smoking crack. Nobody knew I was smoking at the time I started smoking. I was sneaking around, because I was doing so much sniffing, and at a point my nose started, I thought I was going to get a deviated septum because the nose, I'm sniffing. People knew I was getting high because I couldn't talk. I got nervous. People called. My mother's calling on the phone. I'm like, she's saying, George, pick up the phone. I know you're there. I know you're high. I know you're high. Pick up the phone. And I'm thinking she's working for the feds too. I'm like, what's going on with this lady? The hell is she telling me to pick up the phone? What's going on? Is she gonna come and raid and kick down the phone? Yeah, that crack, that cocaine have you all twisted, thinking you think fucking crazy, man. You see some incredible like stuff, situations when people take a hit, and some of the things that they do is kind of mind blowing. But if you're not involved with it, you don't, you don't. It's not on your radar, But when you're in that situation, that culture, if you want to call it that, it's a hell of a thing. And Nancy Reagan at that time was talking about just say no to drugs. And let me tell you, you just can't. If you just in it, you crackhead, you're just not going to say no to any kind of drugs. No drug addict. And that was the thing. I never accepted, never even thought I was in denial that I was a drug addict, which I was, crackhead, crack addict, whatever. And you laughing at these crackhead, these girls and stuff like that. But these people, man, a lot of times they just, for whatever reason, they're doing what they're doing. And there's sometimes no real explanation for it. I started getting high and I liked it. And then it became a habit, that kind of thing. But yeah, so it's just not that easy to say no and to back away from it, that kind of thing. You need help at some point. Is it therapy or whatever it is? Sometimes you might need medication or something like that, withdrawal, detox. But and maybe your relatives or good friends or have a habit, or that you suspect that they might have a habit. But don't look down on them. Don't frown on them. Try to help them as best as you can to assist. So, on that note, I'm going to say look out for me and Marv, Money Marv, this Saturday. I'll run the fly again on our Saturday night social. It's the Money Marv G Money Show. Saturday night from 8 to 9:30. Sometimes we take it a little longer, but we're going to try to keep it nice and tight. And like I was saying, my partner, he's very blunt. He's a real dude, and he keeps it 100, a buck, as they say. And he's very opinionated. And some people are not used to that kind of style or whatever. But he He doesn't bite his tongue, and I respect him and for it. And you have to take it as it is. You understand what I'm saying? So we're all grown and intelligent to some extent. So, look at it from that perspective. If you have a relative, uncle, or friend who's opinionated, and they, you listen to them, and then at the end of the day, you make your own decisions on whatever. So we don't say what he says or what I say is written in stone and this is the way it is. Nah, you know, we just having fun. We just throwing it out there for us. We put topics on the table and we approach it that way. We don't pre-plan anything. So a lot of it is spontaneous. The most of it is spontaneous, and then Karen is there for the most part. It's been hanging in. Thank you, Karen. I love you for your support and unwavering support. And God bless you, lady. That's what's up. But yeah, keep Sedan on notice about this the G Money show because I want to like see how this pans out as well. Okay, so we got Money Marv and the G Money show Saturday from 8 to 8:30, and all right. So stay positive, folks. Stay up. If you are have a loved one or anything, tell them you love them. Put your arms around them. Let them know, huh? Kiss them. Life is short and persistence always overcome resistance. I'm George Mason. So, as I said, look for us 8 p.m. Saturday, this coming. What is that, the 6th, May 6th? All right. I love you. God bless. Peace. Huh? Stay safe. Keep God first and foremost in your life. No doubt. Good night.